Hello, good afternoon, Sat Sri Akal, Namaskar. Welcome to MATV, your channel of choice. And today we have a lovely guest here. Her name is, she needs no introduction. She's a marketing official on a beautiful show we have here is Ik Mulakat. And I cannot wait to introduce you of a lovely guest, Diksha Chaudhary. Welcome on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here. Really excited and grateful to be here.
Thank you so much for getting that time out for us. So she needs no introduction, but let's like to interview. Diksha is a marketing expert all the way from India, but she has done her bachelor's from China and master's from Leeds in London. So Diksha, how was this journey all the way from India and then China to London?
Well, the journey was not less than a roller coaster, and I started when I just finished my 12th in Ranchi, which is my hometown, and then went to a foreign country all alone. I was very scared, nervous, panicked, but I was like, no, I want to go to foreign, I want to study, I want to grow. I went there, and then the study was, the study curriculum, everything was amazing. It was taught in English. So in terms of study, I was doing good. I was learning the Chinese language, which was very difficult as Mandarin is the toughest language in the world. I had to pass the Mandarin HSK level 4, which was mandatory in order to get the certificate of my undergrad degree. I was studying that, and throughout my study, studying a language, which is the toughest language, is a challenge, but I took it as my personal challenge. No, I'm gonna do it. Because this is not just for my degree, it's gonna help me in my personal career, as I belong from a business family. I always wanted to do business with China and India as something like import or export.
Okay.
So that's how I started learning, and then the COVID-19 came. I had to come back in between after 2.5 years of staying there.
Wow, I would like to stop you there, guys. So she was in China before COVID-19. We cannot miss that. I need to know every detail what happened there in China. So we need to take pause on her bachelor's degree, because that was obviously world renowned when COVID hit the worst time off for everyone, you know. So Diksha, can you just explain what exactly happened when you were there in China? Was it before COVID, or did COVID actually hit that time when you were there?
When I was there, COVID-19 hit exactly at that time. When the COVID-19 came, I was thinking that it's just a silly thing, it will certainly pass. I didn't take it as serious as it was. I was like, okay, it will pass, certainly it will pass. It's just a rumor everywhere. It's just a media thing which just makes a small thing as a big thing. I'm like, okay, it will be okay, it will be okay. But slowly and gradually, it started spreading all over the world. And I was like, okay, it seems to be very serious. And everybody around me, all the international students, all the international people who were staying in China, everybody started to leave China because it were very risky, life-threatening virus there. But still I was like, no, it will certainly pass. I have my degree here, I have my rent, accommodation and everything. I can't just go. But after seeing almost everybody has went, and then all the stores and everything is shut. Even in the supermarket, there was no fruits or vegetables to buy. People started storing everything. Wow. Whenever I used to go, we started getting hindrance in terms of vegetables and fruits in the supermarket, and then all such problem. And then that's how I decided to come back gladly with the flight by which I came back to India. That was the last flight from China to India.
Wow.
Thank God I made that.
That's when everything shut down and she was able to make into that last flight back to India. That's terrific, isn't it? You must be so lucky to be on that flight.
Exactly.
Because at that point, I think nobody knew that it's actually an emergency. I think even being in London, people were thinking it was just a flu and it will just go away, just like a pandemic would come and hit one area. But nobody at that point knew that it's going to hit the whole world, and it's going to be that dark for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then gladly, I didn't know it's the last flight until I reached back to India. And then there were one or two friends one of my friends, bachelor friends who were in China. They wanted to come back, but they got stuck there. They did not have any flight, no direct or the indirect flight from China, because all the border got sealed, and then they just couldn't come back.
So how did you make sure that you were able to board the flight? Did you actually go under the test and stuff? How did you make sure that you don't get that infection to be on that flight?
Well, we didn't have to do such thing. We just got tested our temperature, whether the temperature is good or not. But I had my brother with me. His body temperature remains a bit slightly more than the normal body temperature.
Right.
And he was a bit scared. What if people suspect me for that? And if I have COVID-19 or something? I was like, no, no, come on. For the whole journey, we were very much scared. What if here or there? We had transit in Thailand. We stayed there for almost 3 hours. We were again scared that we have connecting flight. What if they stop from Thailand to India? Because in India, they will not let us in.
Enter.
Yeah. So that was again very risky, but we made it.
Oh my God, that was a journey it was. I think definitely you were very lucky to make it to that flight and back to the country. And being your home country was the safest thing.
Exactly.
So what other things you did, like when it was actually an emergency in China?
When there was emergency in China, well, there were no as such coronavirus that injections or all those kind of thing. Since it was all of a sudden, people were trying to understand what is this exactly, and then slowly we got to know that this has very severe impact, and then we have to take some sort of like medications and all of those things. By then, I was in India. But there was something funny thing which happened when I was in India. Every people I meet, they say, these are the people who has brought coronavirus from China. I'm like, no, I'm not the one. Nobody got infected in my family. Yeah, so those are kind of like fun now, but it was like, no, I'm not the one. People used to suspect me like, no, I'm not the one. Nothing happened to me or my family.
Yeah, so being in China, in that state, I just want you to understand, like we always see that we have that media showing you a lot of footage about, the dead bodies, people dying, and, the hospitals being shut and not getting the medications. And there was a whistleblower incident as well that happened from that particular doctor of the China. So how real was that to what happened actually in China, you think? Was it really that panicky that we were seeing on the media, or was it not?
Well, it was definitely the life-threatening virus, and it was panic all over the world, not only just in China. But in China, the kind of news, or like in India we were seeing, it's not near to the truth. Because in China, why would anybody kill or just dump whoever is got infected?
Yeah.
There is a treatment. It's just that we have to keep them aside so that they will not be in touch with anybody. It's just that I don't know why, not in just these kind of rumors, there are a lot more rumors that they eat snake and all of those things, but it's just a rumor. It just doesn't happen. They don't eat all those things. If snakes are poisonous, then how could it be true? So just the media thing, I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a media buster for us, guys.
Yeah.
We have a very famous personality all the way from China. She has been through COVID-19. She struggled there, but she was evacuated very safely back to her hometown, and she's made it. So coming back to your journey in London, how struggling it was when you came here? How did you find yourself being an international student? Was it struggling to find a good job, or did you face any kind of, like as a student, like any struggles that you had in London?
Well, before coming to UK, I had very clear mindset that I am here to grow. And I haven't come this far just to come this far. I want to grow in my career. And as soon as I started my uni, I made sure I study well. I made sure I get part-time skilled work. And then as I studied well, and then I got some internships. I worked at eBay, SME, and all those kind of internships. And as soon as I finished my study, I started looking for work rigorously, and finally I got the job, which is tier 2 job, and I'm very grateful for this.
That's amazing. Wow. So just to wrap it up, just a very quick rapid fire with Diksha around her career choice. So Diksha, if you were not a marketing official, executive, what other business choice or career choice you would have made?
As I told you earlier, I come from my business family. I would definitely have some sort of startup where I would be doing maybe something around import and export, since I have good background in China and my brother is still there, and I have my personal interest in that.
And any famous personality you look up to or your role model?
Yeah, the founder of Sugar, she is doing great, and she had become very popular in a very short span of time, and I really adore her very
Wow.
much.
And what is your dream destination to be?
Well, for now, for some time, I want to stick in here in the 9 to 5 corporate job, and then definitely I'll be moving on the ladder in my corporate job, becoming manager, and then and then simultaneously I'm hoping to start my startup, and then making it a big scale up in some time, and then making a big company. Yeah, it's my big dream, for which I want to start small, step by step. Yeah.
That's amazing. So guys, here it was for us. Diksha Chaudhary, marketing executive. We saw her journey, and that was amazing, incredible journey from very talented. And then stay with us. Thanks for joining and watching MATV, your channel of choice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.